Marcelo.
And Guillermo.
And this is episode 1.
Episode 1.
So, Guillermo, I think it's important to start off this first podcast and just explain to everybody where the idea came from and who is the benevolent one.
Yeah, no, definitely we need to talk about the benevolent one. One of the main problems with the HateCast was, like, mainly my family. I told them today, hey, guys, I'm releasing these podcasts with, like, Marcelo. We're going to call it the HateCast. And they're like, Guillermo, don't you think the word hate is a strong word? I'm like, yeah, it's a feeling. Everyone has it. You hate on stuff you do every day. But you don't want to admit it, right? You don't want to admit that
you want to hide the hate, and I don't see why.
I don't see why. So that's why the benevolent is important. The benevolent is important. He's our friend. And he actually, he hated on us today, bro. He just hated on us because we took his idea from him. Whoops.
All right, in our defense, we actually actioned on the idea, so it wasn't really take it from him. We told him we were going to do it, and he thought we wouldn't.
Yeah, so, haha, who's laughing now? The benevolent one?
I mean, he literally texted us about an hour before recording this.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you guys.
Anyway, so it's everyone hates on a daily basis, and basically it's just stuff that people hate, take in, and just keep it as a grudge, you know?
Why? But why do they do that?
Why. Like, that's what we're trying to get here. We're trying to go through our week, see what we hated, why we hated it, and try to, go to the root of the problem. Alright? So, everyone hates him, again. And granted, the benevolent one, like, let me tell you, like, this is him. If you need more money, make more money. That's him. The benevolent, that's how we think.
If you have problems, it's very simple. What you do is, you go solve them. You go solve them, that's it.
Yeah, everyone can fucking solve them. It's crazy.
But in reality, it's about really changing the way we process this hate.
Definitely.
We can't just keep it in. We can't keep it in.
No.
We have to be able to, like, channel it out in a constructive way. People need to feel the hate.
Yeah,
it's not just it's not just a one person thing. I don't hate on someone without their action. No, so they have to know that their action is just making me hate them.
But then you also do a little bit of, like, self-reflection. Why do you hate it? Oh, what are your views? Are your views correct? Are they wrong? Where are you getting these views from? Why do you hate? Why do people hate? And this is what we're trying to examine on our weekly podcast, alright, guys? We're going to try to get at why we hate and why it's necessary to do it, or not, What are
the roots of the things that we hate?
Yeah, on every single week of different things. For example, Marcelo, what about the New York Times?
I hate the New York Times. So the New York Times is definitely like the worst rag of a newspaper that you can get in New York. Their entire op-ed section is trash. Most of the people that work there are just horrible. And it's overshadowed that they could probably do good journalism with the fact that their op-ed section is horrible.
I mean, I just think they're biased. They have a lot of really biased opinions. And you know what? People are going to say that about us too in this thing. Because everyone hates. People are going to hate on us for saying stuff like that. Ooh, you fell in the trap, you hater. You're hating on us. Haters gonna hate.
Well, I mean, I don't even mind the bias, but they have just bad people that work there. Like, there is one guy who's, I think he's a senior editor there, that legitimately, someone tweeted at him to call him a bedbug.
A bedbug?
A bedbug.
Oh my god.
That's it. Someone with 200 followers.
200 followers?
200 followers tweeted a guy who is a senior editor of the New York Times. And no, that's the worst part. His tweet calling him a bedbug didn't go viral. Really? Until afterwards, when he emailed, so the one who was called the bedbug, emails the bedbug itself, emailed the professor, the director, because it was a professor who called him a bedbug. He emailed his director to basically get him fired.
Oh my god, that's petty. I thought we were petty for doing a HateCast, but that's extreme level petty.
Petty is you called me a bedbug on Twitter. I want your job. Screw your life. Don't pay rent.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, I really, honestly, guys, I just started reading the news because I want to be as relevant with you guys as possible lately. So, New York Times, I don't know much. Marcelo here knows he's a little bit more of an expert.
I will get deeper into it as we go along.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some weekly New York Times hate.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Anyway, guys, this weekend, oh my god, amazing. Living here in the Bronx, living here in New York. Great for the New York Yankees. Great stuff, guys. Get it out there. Let's go win. Let's win, Anyway.
Honestly, the Yankees they're on a great streak, and they're just bringing. I think that they're just bringing the good old Bronx ratchetness back of when I was a kid.
In the Bronx, baby.
Like BX.
That's what we are. The Bronx. You see how we're the only borough that goes by the Bronx, like the borough. That's how important it is, and people really undermine the Bronx.
People think that because people hate on the Bronx because we're far as fuck to get to because the MTA is trash. But it's not our fault. Let's be real. It's not our fault. There's great things out here. We got good peeps. We got good homies. We got good things to do.
Good things to do. Good times. Great vibes. Anyway.
But you know what wasn't a great vibe? Maybe not. See, I gotta see. Okay.
I don't think it's a great vibe.
I think it was fair game. Now this was petty. So apparently, when it was Yankees versus the Twins. This past game yesterday, the Yankees were chanting Uber at Twins pitcher Randy Domnack.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
For context, he was an Uber driver. It's not like go home in an Uber, because I think that's what you thought, right, Guillermo?
Yeah, I thought at the beginning when we were talking about what we were going to talk, I was like, oh, like go home, get out of the stadium, go out in an Uber, like get on the taxi, get out. All right, like get out of here, go to an Uber because that's her new taxi. That's nowadays. And then I'm reading into contact, and it's like, oh, actually, they're making fun of him because before he won in the MLB, he was also being an Uber driver.
I mean, but that's still fair game, dude. That's still such fair game. Like,
what do you mean about
they're telling you, man? No, it's like, yo, if you whatever it is you were doing before, go back to doing that. Don't be a pitcher.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, the guy was taking it fine. He even went in. He knew what he was going to. All right, he said, I figured that was going to happen for the game. He said, I talked to the bullpen catcher and asked him, how many Uber chants are we going to get tonight? It doesn't bother me. So this is great. So how I see it is like people are undermining other people's jobs. Like essentially, like he's providing a service. He had a career being in the minor leagues. They don't get paid that much, all right? And if he wants to go on an Uber on his spare time, be a little bit more sociable, that's very respectable. Also, wait, what are you laughing at?
But because how many people that were calling him, like chanting Uber at him, were actual Uber drivers? Well, this is the Bronx. First of all, this is the Bronx. How many people that do that part-time have signed up before and probably done it like 3 times, or at least Uber Eats? Heck, I've signed up for Uber Eats and for DoorDash. I'm telling you, I got my bags. Ooh, side hustles, man. Listen, I get insomnia every once in a while, pop up, make a couple $100 here and there every other week. Boom, done.
I don't know, man. Like, I just didn't like it because it's them trying to make fun of him. They're really undermining the job. They're undermining the job of being an Uber driver. Like, these people work, like, their fucking butts off, and it gets undermined by other people. Why? Because, we have the perspective that we're having better jobs, we get better paid. These guys are out there picking our fucking sorry, lazy asses that don't want to walk, right? Right? From an Uber. They're being nice to us. They're providing a service, and then we're shitting on them? Come on, man. I don't think
you're directly implying every single sport hate chant that like in this sport hate chant, are they directly implying that Uber is this bad job? I think they're just saying like you just get the fuck out of here. Because my thing is there's more hateful sport chants. All right. Don't forget during the what was it, the Russian FIFA Cup? No, in the Russian FIFA Cup, they kept on screaming at black players. They call them monkeys all the time. Like, like that's hateful. That's hateful. That's hateful. All right, that's fucked up. It's one thing to be like, yo, specific person, get the fuck out of here because we don't want you here.
But how are we gonna control it? Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna like fine the Yankee Stadium, the Yankees? Are we gonna fine them because of the actions of their fan base? What are we gonna go back? How like the FIFA was fining the Mexican Federation of Soccer because of how they acted? Like, come on, what are we gonna do, guys? Like,
I mean, the Yankees could just be like, yo, turn that shit down, because we had that shit toned down for years. So I feel like they could just be like, nah, tone it down. Don't be calling people Ubers.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying
I still think that's fair game though.
No,
it's such fair game. Big
some
petty.
people,
That's
like,
the right.
classy.
I think
Like,
that
that's
Uber,
sports
screaming Uber, I think is the right level of petty before you hit. Like, it's the right level. It's right before you hit being like, oh, no, that's too much. Yeah. Right? If they would have been like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something specific to him that would have been way too far. I don't think Uber was too far, but there definitely could have been a token level up there,
Yeah, you could have hit him with something a little bit harder. But still, I don't know. I'm like indifferent. Like, it's like, in the sense of like, all right, let's say you're at the Yankee games. The Yankees are doing how they're doing. They're fucking winning. All right, we're fucking winning team, baby. Anyway, after that, like everyone's riled up, drunk, getting beers, and you hear someone say Uber, and it just becomes a chant. And what? You're not gonna be part of it?
Everybody that's there was a part of it. There's no one who's there who was above anybody. There was nobody there between the ages of, I want to say, 22 and 55.
Yeah.
Who, as long as they were between, if they were within that age group and they had less than one beer, they might have not said it.
Yeah. No.
But they had to have been at least, let's say older. Yeah, let's say older than 18 and younger than 45, and had less than 2 beers. All right. Everybody in that age group did not chant Uber. Everybody else definitely fucking chanted it. Period. 110%.
You hear a chant. I've gone to games. I go, I say a chant, and then I ask her, and I'm like, oh, why do we say that chant? Because it's my first time coming to a game. And people explain it to me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just, not the brightest one when it comes to like going to a game in sports, especially games that I started seeing just because I moved here recently. But, that's another topic. Anyway.
Let's talk about some more New York related day-to-day news.
You know what people hate? What people have been hating but don't really want to talk about it? So they're definitely hating on the vape shops and like the regulations by the state. How like, they're taking away this like option for people. They don't have anything other like that for like cigarettes. Cigarettes are still bad for you, right? They still have menthol flavor, right? Why are you banning it on vaping, bro?
So to be specific, no,
why
let's be specific.
Hey Trump, why are you hating on vaping, bro? Why are you hating on vaping, bro?
So just so we can be specific here, I just really want to be specific here. It's just like vaping is trash, bro. Don't even shut the fuck up. Don't act like when the first vapes came out and it was like Megatron's dick, Vape God, Clouds XXX, and shit like that, like with the fucking coil picks, bro. Everybody hated it. That was the worst time of vaping. Everybody hated on it. So it's so much easier to hate on it now.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's so much easier to hate on something that you hated on before.
Why do you hate it? Why?
Why do I hate vape? Why do I hate vaping?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Oh, I do hate vaping. I do hate vaping because most people who vape are a little obnoxious with that.
Okay.
All right.
Throwing smoke in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, like you.
Like, oh, look at me. Flavor.
If I'm in a bar and somebody's just hitting their jewel back to back, which this is the other part. Hold on, yeah. Almost everybody who vapes is just choking that thing down.
That is very true.
That's so true.
So I actually hate the people like just started vaping from vaping, like the whole culture of like the people that just started vaping. Oh look, vape, bro. No, like I want like people to use vapes how they were meant to, in the sense of like shit. You're trying to quit cigarettes, look for an alternative fucking thing to do. Vape, alright, it's a little bit healthier, but we actually never knew what's happening, and then we have all these deaths going not actually from vape itself, not Juuls, not any other brand, not the sticks, not anything like that. It's coming from weed pens, alright? So it's they're trying to regularize something that has just been illegal.
Alright, so I think it's going to be rough because I don't have a direct source.
Yeah.
But actually, just to get you a quick fact check on that, in the UK, because they have tons of like way more vape shops, they actually did a survey to see more or less. I think it was done like 2 years ago to see more or less how many people vape but are using it to recover from cigarettes, and how many people vape but never smoke cigarettes. Yeah. And it's something around the 5 to 10% of people who vape never had cigarettes.
Yeah.
Doesn't that blow your mind as a super low number? It's most of the people who are vaping smoke cigarettes. Like, yes, you and I do both know people who will, like, hit a Juul or whatever and never smoked, but most people that I know that like, vape now definitely smoked. Definitely like cigarettes.
I just hated that you fact checked me, alright?
I'm sorry, but you needed that.
Yeah. I need you to definitely fact check.
No. All right. So
people. That's what we're trying to do, ground people.
But my thing with so I don't think there should be a vaping ban, but I don't agree with like there's a normalization of vaping that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be like I'm okay with because I've seen at bars where they'll scream at you or whatever if you vape inside. I'm okay with that shit.
No, that's fine.
Because just because it's less harmful, quote unquote, we don't know the secondhand effects, blah blah blah. But like,
And
you
so
shouldn't do it inside. Yeah, you're being
in the
annoying.
cloud and probably into someone's face.
Smoke in the crowd.
Because
You know, you got the
whole thing is,
dragon.
You're not smoking cigarettes anymore inside because it's just to bother everyone. So exactly the same. Same should be applied for vapes. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure.
But you shouldn't ban the flavors. And also, the reason they're banning it is because all the people who have died from that, like by no, it's not because they're all kids. What? It's because they all were using THC cartridges.
Yeah,
that's the worst part.
Weed pens.
So let's be real.
Back in the day.
Let's be real. What we really have to do is stop the black market of weed pens. Yeah, that's what's killing everybody.
That's what's killing people.
That's what's killing people. So basically, what we said is weed needs to be legal.
Oh, also, you know what's one of the biggest problems? One of the biggest problems with vaping is kids, right? Or more exactly, like delis that don't really check the age, because there's an age for it. Obviously, you got to be 21 in New York City to like buy any vape products.
It should be 21 everywhere in the United States or whatever.
But then delis and other places should actually like implement it. You know?
Yeah, no, that they don't. I have yet to be at a deli that has like a sign.
How many delis we go to, we see kids from college just going in there.
How many delis do you go to? We'll have a sign outside that says, "No, I do not sell Lucy's or $7 packs." Then, and if you ask them for, if you give them $1, they'll slip you those 2 Lucy's, eh?
Anyway,
they'll hit you those Virginia packs. You know,
Virginia packs.
They hit different, man. They hit different. Yeah, they hit different when they're $5 cheaper, right?
$5 cheaper is fucking a great difference here in New York. Anyway.
I'm so happy I don't smoke. I don't have to waste money on any shit.
Yeah, not waste money on that, guys. It's fucking stupid. Stupid addiction, stupid waste of money. Like just.
But do you actually think? Oh, wait. Being honest though, Juul's marketing was pretty like sketchy before though.
Yeah.
And mango flavor being their top selling flavor, I'm just saying like you can't not say that wasn't more intentional. I feel like they did kind of target that audience.
Hey, you know what? Haters gonna hate, baby. How about that? Haters gonna hate. You know it's fucking bad for yourself, alright? You're doing it to yourself, okay? Stop it. Huh? How about that, baby? Fact check there. Anyway.
So let's hit up our last quick little talk here. Yep. Let's get a little bit more serious. New York Human Rights New York City Human Rights Commission says terms illegals and illegal alien are discriminatory. All right. How do you feel about that? I only brought it up because we're both Hispanic.
Well, you know what? I've actually never experienced racism until I moved here to the States. When someone called me out and told me like I was getting more money from the school because I was Hispanic, and just he was going back and forth at it and telling me.
Was that your ex-roommate?
That was my first experience with like racism.
Was that your ex-roommate? I think I know who that was.
No, that was he like left in the first semester. I'm not even.
Of course.
You know what? I'm not even gonna name him. It's not even worth it.
No fake names, no pseudonyms, not even.
Not even.
You know the word?
He's just a guy. Okay.
He's just a guy.
Because there wasn't even any more interactions with him. You just said that. I'm like, whoa, bro, you
cool. Good for you.
Off the line, and I'm like, all right, deuces.
Like, bye.
Yeah,
good.
Bye.
Good enough for me.
Anyway, so derogatory, yeah. Every word can be derogatory depending on the meaning you're giving and the context, bro.
Okay, that's fair. But do you think that New York City, because what they're trying to do is they want to legislate it?
Well, because what do they want to do? They want to allow people without IDs to be able to like vote, right?
No. Fuck off. Fuck off with that Trump shit. Shut the fuck up. I feel like I know who's like Twitter or like Instagram you read that off of. I want to guess. I think someone fed you that Trump information. That was a talking point as fuck. No. They're just making it so that. So do you remember that lawyer guy who walked into? He was having lunch. Okay. And he goes into like some salad place or whatever. It was just whatever place in New York City. Yeah. And because everybody was talking in Spanish, you know, he was just like, "You fucking illegal Mexicans. Fucking, I'm going to call ICE on you." Blah. And it's like, yo, he wilded out. And it's like, yeah, you deserve a fine for wilding out in public. Yeah. Like, if you're being a complete huge asshole in public, you should get the shit fined out of you.
That's the thing. He hated on them, went out and hated and just made a really bad like aspect of it, you know. If he could have internalize, wait, why do I hate that? Why is that a problem to me? And just actually just self-examine himself, he wouldn't have fucking done that, because that's just disrespectful, man. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It completely was. It was completely stupid.
Like, it's just very disrespectful. Like, check yourself, bro. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, alright?
You should have, he got wrecked, too.
He got wrecked.
Everybody made fun of that guy. Like an idiot. But they do want to make it so that in housing, jobs, whatever, if you can't use the term illegals or illegal aliens.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You're good with that? I mean, I'm good with that. I'm for it. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Why not? It's just mainly because people use it in a very bad and derogatory way, bro.
I've never seen the need to actually use
illegal
the term illegal alien. Like, it doesn't actually make, it's one of those terms that kind of, like, doesn't make sense, and it's really, I don't know. Like, illegals, I guess, more makes sense.
An illegal person, but why the alien part?
But why are they illegal? Yeah. So here's the problem. It's just, like, undocumented and illegal are two completely, like, will give you a better semblance. Yeah. Like, the word undocumented actually makes more sense. Yeah. So illegal, like, an illegal person, does that mean you're a felon? Like,
yeah, well, exactly.
Oh.
Why is the connotation used to that?
Yeah.
See, but that's just the play on words that people use, and how, like, we turn and twist words just to, like, hate.
Just to hate.
Anyway, Marcelo, I think that's it with the news. How about your week? How's your week? I know I fucking hated all your posts. You in Mexico.
Oh, my posts were great. I wish my week was worse. I spent the whole week in Querétaro, Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
I wish I could hate more on it. I have things that I could like pick and choose that I want to hate on. Just little tiny things that I got. Like, because when you're in paradise and you're having a great time, it's those little bullshit things that you're just like, fuck you, for no reason.
But you know what I hate it? I hate it all about your trip, everything. You weren't here in New York City, getting that change of temperature. One day, 90 fucking degrees. Alright, it's not summer, 90 degrees one day. Boom! The other day, what do we get? 60 degrees, raining all day, gloomy day. Welcome fall, how you doing, baby?
Every single day was the perfect, like, just a little bit too warm for a sweater, like a nice little light jacket, a little bit sunny, and then maybe clouds coming out, drizzle for like a second, just to refresh and keep, like, how, like, when there's just enough humidity in the air, not when it's nasty, when it's like just nice and fresh, and you get a breeze and you smell water. It was all of that good stuff.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I hate?
Waking up in the crack of dawn, it's cold as hell, because it's fall, but guys, you can wear your jacket, you go in, and then walk into the subway, go into work, and then during the day, you're wearing your coat, you're sweating your balls off.
I feel like even in the subway when you're wearing a coat, you're just sweating your balls off. That's the worst.
All the heat of all the people going to work, because it's a commute. There's so many people. That's a big amount of heat, alright? Going to work.
I can't stand that. The subway is just the thing that I can't stand.
The subway, bro. We don't only talk about the subway. It's crazy. I mean, honestly, I was coming back the other day. First of all, because the weather wasn't really bad, I was just sick. One day I had to, like, get out of work. Like, I couldn't even really go to work. I was having what, like, one of my teachers back in high school called the man flu.
The fuck is the man flu? Why do you have to specify, huh? Why do you gotta assume the gender, huh? Why do you gotta assume the gender, huh?
Whoa, let me tell you something. Stop hating on me, bro, alright? You hate is not letting me speak, okay? And I have a voice and it needs to be listened to, okay? Thank you, Marcelo. Anyway, this professor used to call it the man flu. Why? Because to us men, we're not used to, like, having pain compared to, like, women, in the sense of, like, women, when you guys have your menstrual cycle, menstruation is coming, you guys are in pain. And we don't know about that. So for us, because we're weak, we're puny men.
So you're saying because we objectively experience less pain, less often?
Essentially, like, pain is just very subjective to, like, the individual. But I mean, for me, like, I don't know what it's like to, like, have a menstruation, like having my uterus fucking just shattered, bleeding all the time. I don't know what the pain of that. I don't know the pain of that.
So the internal pain.
I'm glad I don't know the pain of that. But then we get a flu, which women just go to work still with the flu. They fight it out. And us, it takes you to our bed. Why? We're in bed, shivering. We're all miserable. Like, really just, like, very little. Just like, oh, I got the flu. Oh, my God, I can't go to work. And women out there are just going out there, brah, 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 making that money. Don't care about that. Why? Just, I mean, that's just what my DJ in high school used to say. Anyway. You know, the flu, getting sick, sucks.
How was the subway on the flu?
Now, yeah, honestly, that was such an intense ride. Like, you'd go there, like, in the heat of everyone just, like, hitting you, and you just, like, want
I can't stand the subway normally. I can't understand how you did that with the flu. That's my thing. I just can't do the subway anymore. Like, I'm so happy. I'm blessed that I work in Westchester. I cannot stand a daily commute. I used to do that. And it's just like, I can't do it anymore. It's emotionally so taxing to me.
It is.
When it is in the morning, that morning rush, and it's just like, you're barely on time. Because, first of all, you're in the Bronx. Yeah. So there's no such thing as an on-time train. Your commute's a minimum is 45 minutes. 45 if you're going anything lower than, like, what, like, 90th? Yeah. It takes you about the first 30 to 35 minutes just to get to 90th. You know, 92nd. 96th. Right? 96th Street, sorry. And it's just like everything lower than that, honestly, trash.
Like, it takes me like 30 minutes to get to 96. At 96, hopefully I get like the 2 or 3 go express, one stop, 72nd, the other stop is Times Square. Then from there, the RRN to go to my work. That's so fast, all right? Like, it's crazy like that, like little fast, but you have to go all the way from uptown into like just that. And there's so many people. Like, we're on the last stop here, right? Last stop of the one train. Okay, you know what A$AP Rocky said about the one train? There's nothing worse than the one train.
I mean, I don't know. You ain't never been on the 4 train, man.
That is true.
The 4 train's objectively worse than the 1 train. All right.
I'm just saying what A$AP Rocky said. Okay?
I mean, it's he's pretty right. It's just any train once the train gets into the Bronx, the train just breaks down and it just becomes a worse place.
It does, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Like, have you ever been the 4 train is easily the worst, but I used to live on the D train, and what I hated the most is that I lived on the last stop of the D train, and the D train housing depot is actually Bedford Park, so there'd always be that 10 to 20 minutes, uncertain amount, really, it would be anywhere from like 3 minutes to like 45 minutes, where you just like stop as they do like whatever they have to do with the fucking trains. Yeah. And then it keeps going. And then it's still, and mind you, the D train, once it gets into Manhattan, it's a great express train to take. Like, it gets you everywhere you need to go. Because I worked near Bryan Square. Yeah, no. So it was perfect. I just had to sit on one train. But the entire train going from 145th to my place was the worst experience on earth.
Oh, I'm saying to this with day. Train, bro. 242nd to 42nd Street. Damn, that's a lot of street. Yeah. That's a lot of street. That's like the worst part of the train. But hey, you gotta do it.
Especially when you first go underground in Dykeman. Oh, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is, but Dykeman when you get into the tunnel at Dykeman, it feels like you're getting swallowed actually into hell. And it's and the thing is,
that's a lot of hate.
No. 168th Street. I'm so sad. The bullshit that they don't talk about how the fact that it's closed down for the rest of the year, but like that transfer was actually the elevator to hell.
The elevator part, it was a very, like, sketchy-ass elevator.
There were plenty of time when I've been on that, when I was on that elevator, like, shithoused, in college, and just like, wow, why am I here? This isn't, I don't feel right. Like, I never felt good there.
But hey, that's one hell of a connection.
It was just the best connection. Because it even at worst, let's say at worst, at the slowest it would save you 15 minutes on your commute. Dude, that's 30 minutes a day.
Yeah. You know what I hate about the subway mainly? Just how, like, people don't really, like, care about each other. Like, we're all trying to go to the same place. We're all trying to go to work our asses off, come back, alright? But everyone's just, like, in a nasty mood to each other. Like, no one's really cooperating with anyone. Like, in the morning, first one who gets a seat just sits down. Then you see an old lady walking in. No one stands up. Everyone's assuming someone's going to stand up because they don't want to stand up. It's crazy.
Well, that's the thing. I'm 100% sure. So, you know how everybody says, like, hey, everybody in New York is cold and nasty and this? That's bullshit. Honestly, New York's a great place. Fuck that. But you know where people are cold and nasty? Is on the subway. Nah, on the subway, New Yorkers do not give a fuck. Listen, if those doors close right behind you and you see somebody, like, walking up and you could, like, hold it for them, you don't do it. Nah, fuck you. You fucking didn't make it. Boom, done. That's it. Like, nobody gives a shit. Once you swipe that Metro card, you don't give a fuck about anybody else there.
The closing doors.
Nah.
No, I mean, actually, like, for example, now in Times Square, what they're having to do is they need people, like, with flashlights, like, to, like, tell everyone to actually get in, push in.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, they have that. So people, first of all, don't fall in the gap, because remember, mind the gap.
Of course.
Yeah.
The gap that's
yeah, just mind any gap. Anyway. Everyone's getting just pushed.
I mean, I think there's a bigger problem is just the way the MTA treats the subway stations. Make it because it's bad enough that we treat it all like shit, but at least like in other countries they actually do clean it and they actually do put effort. Okay. And I don't think that the MTA.
You said, right?
Oh fuck.
Okay,
off.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. All right, the MTA workers. It's true. They have to work clean. It's called to maintain the carts, alright? Maintain the carts. Cleaning to make sure, like, the minimum. Because everyone's supposed to be putting part of your work, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you go in, shit in the fucking place? You go in, you're eating, you leave trash behind. Why do you have to leave trash behind, bro? Pick it up.
Alright, no. You're completely right, and I wasn't going to say anything about the subway workers. See, the subway workers, like you're saying, they're maintaining. But what happens when you maintain shit? It's still shit.
Still shit.
Like the whole point is like every aspect of an entire subway station is so inefficient, like to the fullest extent. Like I feel like they measure around. They're like, hey, what's the best place for every single trash can? Fucking don't put it there. Put it on the exact most inefficient location.
Okay, maybe I agree with that, but I mean it's also everyone's fault, man. Everyone out there, like you guys. Everyone, hey New Yorkers, put a little bit of effort, all right?
No. This is the MTA's fault. We're struggling out here. Everybody who's riding on the subway is in a rush to go somewhere for some reason, and it's probably that's totally
trash to the fucking rails?
But at least if there was a trash can everywhere, which there aren't. There are not trash cans everywhere. Half the time they're full. There's like one per every like 30 feet of platform. Well, There's one trash can for every 30 feet.
What I do, I don't want to hold my empty can. I just put it in the backpack. I haven't grabbed it with me until I see something empty. But you know what? That's just because I'm self-conscious.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway. You know what? One of the main things in the subway is that people don't realize that everyone's watching you. You know, big brothers out there. Everyone's watching you. Everyone's judging you. Everyone's hating on you. And I'm going to give you one story when I hated that I saw. It was just you know, it got me.
How bad was this?
It was it's very little, but it ate me. I'm like, why? Why do you do that? Anyway, people think it's gonna be something really big. No. It was just this person, right? Headphones, AirPods on, right? Boop, boop. He like takes off one. That person takes off one to like listen to what we're saying, and I see like the AirPod.
That pure yellow goodie.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say they're supposed to be white, right? Nah, this was yellow, my guy. Yeah, I bet like you don't even listen right out of them. Like it takes 5 seconds.
It's muffled.
Yeah, it's muffled, bro. Like it was that bad. I'm like, yo, honestly, like it takes 5 seconds to clean your like AirPods. You're gonna be flashing around your AirPods because like that was the biggest meme. With the AirPods. Ooh. Anyway, you're gonna have your AirPods. Just take care of them. Take care of the stuff that you have. Like, honestly, like, I mean, it literally takes 5 seconds. It was very small, but I hate it. I'm like, you're literally just wasting, like, the capability of the AirPod. And then, honestly, just clean your ears. That's some very poor hygiene.
I think it is we have to get every subway station with a bunch of CCTV cameras, but instead of it being security cameras from the MTA, they're actually just put onto a live, like, public feed of just everyone. Just everyone. We're just live streaming the subway platforms. Not even this. You know what? We don't even do the cars. Just the subway platforms.
You know how much
and just shame everyone, including the MTA, and to be like, yo, you see this dumb shit? You see this dumb shit? Yo, people, you see this dumb shit you do?
You know
Stop it.
You know what people hate? When they called out. That's what you're trying to say.
Yo, everyone. Yeah, we need to call out everyone involved. We need to call out the people on the subway who are doing that stupid shit that makes it worse for everybody. We need to call out the company. We need to call out everybody involved.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to call out someone, and I appreciate if someone called me out. Why? Because if I'm doing something that's wrong, right? And someone calls me out, I'll be like, oh shit, actually I didn't realize that. Now I can process what I'm doing and be like, oh, okay, I can do better.
So what you're saying is cancel culture is great.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with this. I don't hate that. I love that. Cancel culture is great. People should feel judged a lot of the time, a lot more of the time. Honestly, people should feel judged, and it's for a good reason. Like whenever you get judged and you know that you did something wrong,
your bad habits.
Yeah, you just do better. You just do better. You know what? Do the right thing. People need to get judged more, and just do the right thing for everyone else involved, not for themselves. Who cares? I don't care if they become a better person. I care that they stop being a piece of shit.
Yeah. For example, people are gonna hate on us. What? How we're gonna use the hate? Feedback, baby. Implementing feedback. Ha ha ha.
Honestly, the reality is, if you don't like cancel culture, it's because you don't believe in what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you actually believed in what you were saying, you wouldn't mind getting called out because you just defend it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that was this week's HateCast.
Oh, boy. Hey, baby.
Thank you for tuning in. That's our rant for the week.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to our rant. I hope you guys liked it or hated it. Honestly, at this point, I don't care. Do you care, Marcelo?
I really don't.
I really don't. But you guys are listening. Let us know what you guys feel about it.
Bring more hate.
Hey. Anyway, yeah. Fuel us. Like, let us know what you want us to change. We're not going to change it. We're just going to hate the fact that you
Please give us suggestions so we can hate how horrible your suggestions are.
Let me hate on your suggestions, por favor, okay?
Anyway, you can catch us hating on more things next week. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place, baby.
Whoop, whoop.
Boop, boop.
HateCast out.
Bye-bye. Haters gonna hate, baby.